Okay, let's take a look at Chapter 2, Media Queries. And Media Queries uses the @media rule. And it has a lot to do with mobile responsiveness, which is getting the screens to fit on the many different sized applications that are out there, such as the mobile phone, desktops, tablets, voice readers, such as a text-to-voice screen reader. It also has to do with printing. So when you're trying to print a web page, it will help with that. So let's take a look at it on our w3schools.com. And here it's set up. And we have our @media rule here. And it is signifying that it's for a screen, which is our web screen right here. And it's telling us that anything larger than the minimum width, the 480 pixels, our background is going to be light green. If it's anything smaller than that, it will be right here, which is, it tells us that the background color is pink. And you can see that here when you move the screen. And you can see right here where it's 480 and it goes below that and then it turns to pink. Okay, let's try adding let's change our font color in text. So let's add to this media query. Go color, change that to red, and we'll do font size. Let's change that to REM. Okay, and we'll try running that, and you can see it changed the size. But now, since when it's less than 480, it'll go back to the default, the smaller black. So you can see the changes. Okay. So because media queries detect device sizes, there's an advantage for fixing the screen functionality. Let's take a look at the book example to see this. And as you can see, when you have your desktop size, you have a photo on here, but when you reduce it down, you'll see that the photo disappears. That way it's more functional on a tablet or a phone. You can see that in the code here. So, and here we have our @media, and it's detecting our screen and our H1 telling the image that it will show up if it's above the 481 pixels. So one last thing about the media queries is, I mentioned earlier about the @media, and then here it recognizes the screen, so that will recognize our web screen. If we change it to all, then that will recognize all devices. And sometimes you might not even see this in the code, so you might see it without it. And that is the default, but the default is for recognizing all the devices.